This is Jay.
This is Bob.
This is Steve.
And we are Alpha Quadrant 6. We are a science fiction review show. Today we're going to be reviewing Star Trek Discovery, Episode 10. The name of the episode is Despite Yourself.
Despite Yourself.
Not Go Bite Yourself, Despite Yourself. I have to say something.
Yeah.
I thought this was the best episode of the entire season.
So far, absolutely. Best episode.
So,
top two, if not the best.
yeah, we're going to assume that anyone watching this review has seen the episode. I want to jump right in and say, Steve, you said something when the episode ended. You said the entire season has been leading up to this change.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
So talk about that.
The big thing, obviously, is that they're in the Mirror universe. This is the big, suspicion on the internet. We were reading a lot about this. We thought that was probably what's going on. They certainly have been leading the breadcrumbs to this. I think Captain Lorca. We still don't know what's going on with him, but there's a big suspicion that he's originally from the Mirror universe. He certainly seemed to really catch on very quickly about how this place operates, although he was still playing it as if he's playing it dumb.
And not unrealistically so, but he's definitely working it, very quickly. But also the other big reveal, the other huge reveal, Tyler he does have the overlay of the Klingon.
Yeah, so Dr. Hugh said to him, they basically, your bones were shortened and
spine was shortened.
He was a Klingon.
They're turning him into a Klingon,
No, turning him into a human. Didn't they go the other way around? That's what
I think Tyler, it was a guy, it was a human who was captured, and they basically put the other Klingon's personality on top of his as a way, I guess, of concealing him until they want to bring him back, right?
Oh.
So two huge reveals, heavily suspected, kind of obvious. No oh my God moment, but still it was exciting as hell.
We knew that there was something going wrong with him. Yeah, so Saru, when Tyler walked onto the bridge, Saru had his
flanges
come out.
I sensed death. Things came out.
Yeah, that was a little obvious, but I mean, that's what would happen, right?
Yeah. So the Tyler plotline's advancing pretty much as we thought. Yes, he is the Klingon, and the whole idea is to bring him out. Again, so Tyler is, he did do the right thing in going to Dr. Colbert and said, "Hey, check me out, find out what's wrong with me." But he wasn't being totally upfront with him because he was afraid he was going to have his duty limited. But he should have, right? Yeah. And then he asked Burnham to keep his secret, and she agreed to it, and she shouldn't have done that either. Yeah. She said, "No, you were compromised. I absolutely have to let the captain know. We need to find out what's wrong with you." And of course,
they killed Dr. Hugh.
They killed Dr. Colbert. Hugh Colbert. Yeah.
I mean, it's extreme. Think about it.
That was a shock. That was a Game of Thrones moment, I think. I didn't know who. I don't think anyone's really saw that coming. Although he was peripheral, sure, but damn, that was a surprise when he wrapped his hands around and he was ready to do the twist.
Thing,
It's like wow. So that was a big move. All right.
Well, we also learned you don't want to be Stamets' lover because they all die.
Yeah.
Well, it was just his friend.
Yeah. What?
And the early episode. No. Yeah. Because he already was involved with Dr. Colbert.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were just friends.
It seemed like there was something going on.
Yeah, I don't think that they were boyfriends now.
All right, so should we go through the major plot though with the
big plot was they're in the Mirror universe.
Yeah, so they find themselves. They don't know where they are. They find themselves in another universe. They say we're in a different universe.
So figure that out.
So what they did was they knew something was off because the Klingon ships they looked okay, but the density was off. But the real big reveal. Oh, then of course the Vulcan rebels attacked. Whoa, Vulcan rebels! That's like an oxymoron. It doesn't even. Right, Vulcan rebel sounds kind of weird. But the big reveal was when they said the quantum signatures did not match. And of course you got to roll your eyes a little bit when someone talks about quantum signatures. Although there is some precedence in Star Trek. In Star Trek Next Generation, there was an episode called Parallels, which was a wonderful episode. If you have not seen it, check it out. But in that episode, Worf is returning from some Bat'leth tournament, and he gets on the Enterprise, and it's a different Enterprise. So he's basically jumping from ship to ship to ship, different universe to different universe. Such a great episode. But they specifically talk about quantum signatures, and that's how at the very end of that episode, I'm going into too much detail, but awesome episode, check it out. But there is some precedence with quantum signatures. Sure.
The idea is that's how you know when you're in a different universe.
Right.
Right. And whatever, that's a very vague enough term.
Yeah, but we didn't like it because I don't know science, but we don't like that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say there's some signature that you're in a different universe? Throwing out the word quantum is fine. It's
whatever.
vague enough that
Yeah.
doesn't commit them to anything.
They
I think it's fine.
could have called Phil Plait. He would have given him a better.
Well,
idea.
what are you going to say? Tell me, seriously.
I don't know.
Now, when
Just don't use
dealing-
the word quantum anymore. That's all.
Yeah, they could have used the
Don't get us started.
the
Okay.
Heisenberg signature,
So-
whatever, make it sound a little more
I'm
interesting.
fine with it. I'm fine with it.
So the transformation began on the Discovery. They started to actually make the new uniforms.
Yeah, that is so cool.
You know, the emblems on their uniforms, and then Tilly, like they transformed Tilly into, you know, she's a cadet, and now you're the captain, and you're like an epic badass.
You're a badass.
And
Yeah.
she kills it. She does a
Yeah.
wonderful job. I'm going to cut off your tongue and use it to lick my
I
boots.
know what.
Where'd you pull that line
Awesome.
out?
That was fantastic.
Clearly has the potential.
Yep.
So yeah, I love. So you know, this is the Terran Empire. They're evil. You know, xenophobic. It's the Mirror universe from the Star Trek the original series. But we're there, man. We're not there for a one-off episode, a glimpse.
That's what I want.
We
yeah.
are there.
We might be there
And
for the rest of the season.
Lorca, I hope so. And Lorca knew, hey, we have to pretend to be them. We have to get their uniforms. We have to
Yeah.
adopt their style.
That's another hint.
Yeah, he knew he knew. And of
But-
course,
yeah,
why
but
do the
again-
bad guys always have the best
Oh, my God,
style
they're-
and uniforms?
Right. Well, nobody
Always.
beats the Nazis. I mean,
Yeah.
the Nazis actually had their uniforms designed by. What was that designer?
A designer,
It was
yeah.
a real designer's name. Who you
Oh,
recognize.
come
I
on.
can't forget. Can't remember the guy's name.
Ah,
but
yes.
anyway,
Famous. Everyone knows
yeah,
them except
and
us
in
right
Star
now.
Wars. In Star Wars,
Yeah.
I mean, they have to dress
Right.
good, man.
But even the regular universe uniforms are wonderful. I mean,
Yes.
I really like them, but they really stepped it up for these
Yeah.
for these alternate mirror universe uniforms. So they really killed it.
I couldn't help but think the actors must have been psyched putting on those uniforms, right?
Steve and I are looking at it and like, oh man, I'd love to have some of those costumes for a Dragon Con.
Yeah, right.
They would be difficult to make.
But still off the hook.
Now,
awesome.
Michael, the biggest thing that happened is they put Lorca in that pain amplifier machine.
Yeah.
And then
The agonizing.
Agonizing booth.
And then
Yeah.
Michael
Agony booth.
had to kill. This was a total mind screw for her. That was someone that used to be on a ship that she served on, that she was
The
friends
Shenju,
with.
Yep.
who
And-
died at the Battle of the Two Suns,
But
and
in
she
the
was very
alternate
upset
universe,
about it.
yeah. So now she's seeing her dead friend in the alternate universe, and she ends up getting shanked by the guy.
She has to kill
shank
him.
her, and he has
Yeah.
to kill her.
She has to kill him. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you could see the actor did a very good job of. You could see her being super freaked out and upset when she was on the lift, and as soon as the doors opened, she had to put on her
badass,
face again.
yeah.
And then
Which of course was a wonderful
They-
entrance.
they
To have his
applaud.
dead body collapse as she enters, and
They
she was
applaud.
presumed dead. They start clapping.
I know, that was awesome.
I mean, what's not to love about the Mirror universe? The stakes are high, the drama is high. You can get backstabbed at any moment. Everyone's got to be on the total edge, badass edge.
Yeah.
It's
Here's
awesome.
one problem with it. Here's one
Yeah.
one problem. I love it. I hope they do the rest
That's
of the
the
damn
problem?
season. No, my problem is it would have been more effective, like on regular Trek, if we went to the mirror universe after we had a better handle on this universe, because that's when the discrepancy and the differences really.
I don't know, Bob.
We're halfway in. We're 9 episodes. I think we're good.
Bob, we know the Star Trek universe, right? It's only
Yes.
9 and a half years before.
No, this is the Star Trek universe, like 5 or 6 years before classic Trek, and things are different. You know, how are they going to portray the Federation at that period of time? I would have felt better. I would have
don't
felt better
agree.
if we got to the mirror universe after a little bit of time. But I'm loving it.
Yeah, no, it's good. I think we're good, and then we still don't know the full story behind Lorca,
Yeah.
and we do know that his alternate self tried to pull off a coup against the Emperor.
The Emperor.
Yeah.
So maybe he's a good guy.
he's-
Maybe
well,
this is
I
kind of
wouldn't-
like
I don't think it would make him a good guy. It would mean maybe he
an ally.
No,
ally,
Bob, you could have
maybe.
been trying to take over, guys. Don't forget, this
Yeah.
universe is about trying to excel in power, get as high up the ladder
Okay,
as
at the
you
very
can.
least, he was ambitious.
He's an MFer in both universes.
All right,
Yeah.
but.
This is all part of his plan to come back to this universe and take over the Emperor.
Yeah.
But I like how they make a pretty plausible argument to have him still be our universe's Lorca. You know, because when they saw the spore drive, they're like, wait, this spore drive is really cool and all, but we could potentially use it to go to other universes. So maybe that's what he's really trying to do, to get to this other universe, to get technology, to find out. I don't know, but he still could be,
Yeah,
you know,
There's still gonna
our
be
guy.
that would be the surprise.
That's
though.
plausible.
I would
yeah.
be more surprised if he's not originally from the Mirror universe. But yes, it's
Why?
still,
Why would you say that?
It could all make sense.
How did he get here in the first place, I wonder?
Yeah, but they've already established that other ships have been bouncing back and forth without the spore drive.
Yep. But so the original Lorca, the idea would be that something happened
He's
to him.
dead. He died with his ship, right? So his whole crew dies, and he miraculously survives. and then he becomes
Right.
this other person. Remember, the Admiral said,
That's
"You're
right.
not the man I used to know."
Yes,
lots of hints.
Yeah,
lots of hints. So yeah,
So either
that's-
he's broken PTSD or he's not the
Which is-
same guy.
Yeah.
Which would be
And
really
the
cool.
thing that really sells me on the notion that this is not just PTSD was he tried to kill the Admiral.
Yeah.
You don't try to kill your lover, because you're broken.
Yeah.
But you do.
He was sketchy
if
as
you're
hell
a
about the whole
scumbag,
thing. Yeah.
sketchy,
Yeah.
ambitious, you jerk
Yeah.
off. Yeah, absolutely.
And he did beat his face on the turbo lift door before
Nice
they
touch.
walked
Yeah.
in. Which I
smart
thought,
smart move.
I know, but I mean, listen, that's a big deal. Like, imagine you going to the wall and trying to do that right now.
I've done it. No,
Deliberately?
I didn't. I thought I did.
Yeah.
The guy's a hard ass. Come
He's a
on,
hard ass.
He's awesome, and yeah, he's probably from the other universe.
I think
I mean,
so.
come on, they're dropping clues like breadcrumbs. all
I
over
would
the
be
place.
surprised if that doesn't turn out to be the case. But
Yeah.
we don't know what his long-term plan is. Although now we know he tried to take over the Emperor. If it's him.
Yep. Yeah, they're
So
dropping.
it's interesting. They're in a great position now. Like, what the hell is going on? What are they going to do? It's great.
I mean,
Yeah.
the stakes were very high in the episode. They killed a character, which is it's always interesting when they decide to do that. I think it's important to say, for me, that my favorite Star Trek the Original Series episodes, one of my favorites was Mirror Mirror
Yeah.
by
Oh
far.
my God.
And my favorite Star Trek scene of all time is when Captain
hear it.
Kirk, right before the evil Spock is
Yeah.
about to teleport him back to get them back to their universe.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk gives Spock the speech, in every revolution there's one man with a vision.
Yes.
Captain Kirk, I will consider it.
Yes, that's a
Right?
great scene. It's a great episode.
Awesome.
And of course, building a whole season out of the Mirror Mirror universe is brilliant.
Yeah,
That's
right.
like the thing we've been talking about this for decades.
yeah.
I would do a whole series in the Mirror Mirror
Yes.
universe. Imagine a whole series where, from the point of view of the rebels fighting back against the Terran Empire,
Yeah.
or Spock's revolution. It can be a character in the background,
That's
whatever.
right.
It's just a fantastic setting for drama.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine you've got the Vulcans, Andorans, and the Klingons,
Klingons.
teaming up against the Terrans. A fantastic.
I
plot
hope we get some historical background.
Yeah, yeah.
On the Terran Empire, where did they diverge?
Where's the bifurcation?
we
Where
were
did
talking
you-
Like,
about
did
it.
Hitler win World War II?
Yeah, you never know.
That
All
would
sorts of crazy
explain
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
That would maybe that's where we would be like in 200 years, 300 years if the Nazis had taken over.
Yeah.
You know?
And think about that though, because in the regular Federation timeline, we got to space, and the Vulcans were sitting there thinking, "All right, little kids, come on, little kids." They were very advanced. We just
Yeah.
barely were limping along. For the Terrans to take over,
Hey, the Nazis are efficient.
They needed to
Advance
really accelerate to their
quickly.
technology and
Yeah.
really do a job.
So you're saying it's the Vulcans? And
Well, we
who
know.
else?
Well,
the
they found
the
Vulcans and
Andorans,
Dorans on a Klingon
and the
ship.
Klingons, at least those three. But
Right,
they made,
but
they
are
made it
they-
sound like all other
No,
species are
non-Terran.
allied.
Right, the non-Terrans
But are
are
they
the rebels.
evil too? Are they evil like
Well,
the Terrans?
they're-
Like, we don't know anything about them.
Yeah,
We really don't.
they're rebels. We know
But
that
we
they're
do
rebels.
know that when Spock was a crewmate, and he's a Vulcan. and he-
Wait, that's right.
Maybe by then, 10 years in the future, maybe the Vulcans have joined the Terran Empire.
Yeah,
by
I don't
then.
know. Or he just
I didn't
deviated.
think
Or
of that.
he-
Interesting.
yeah.
That's right.
Maybe his mother was human, so he went with the human half.
And maybe it's a faction of the Vulcans that
Yeah.
are rebels, right? There's Vulcans in the.
There's so much we don't know
Yeah, the
about.
good news is it's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's truly fascinating. Like they
Yeah.
need to give us a ton of info on this. Man, I hope they stick with
Wait.
it for multiple episodes.
If the Terrans are xenophobic, why would they wouldn't even join with the Vulcans? Why would they do that?
Again, Spock is half human. Maybe he went with the
Still.
Do
human.
you guys think they would have the balls to like, this is it? This is how they get rid of the. This is how they explain. Like, okay, the Discovery. Listen, the Discovery.
They never get back.
They never get back.
Stamets never comes out of his coma. The Discovery stays in the alternate universe, and they have to do.
And the Federation's like, well, the spore drive's too dicey, man. They just disappeared and never
Yeah.
saw them again.
Yeah.
So, and that's it.
But
They're not going to do that,
the
though.
Mirror Mirror Discovery might be in the regular
it is.
universe.
That's
It is,
right,
yeah.
because they are there.
Wait,
So
because
what happens to them?
the other
Yeah.
the other captain
That's right, I forgot.
that Michael killed, like, didn't he say, like, he said something like,
So Captain Tilly, the evil Captain Tilly, is in the regular
Yes,
universe.
yes, I think she
with the
is.
Discovery.
Yep.
and are they doing
What
the
are
same-
they doing?
Yeah, we have to look like these guys. What a bunch of.
But it's harder. It's harder.
It's harder,
for them.
as we learned in
Yeah.
Mirror Mirror, it's harder for a savage to
So
be
that's how you know an episode
civilized.
is great, when it sparks more questions than it answers,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it just takes you deeper. And this is a total win. This is Star Trek at its best. I love this episode. I think
Yeah,
we all did.
It was thrilling.
It's thrilling.
It was thrilling.
Great. It was just great entertainment. It's great Star Trek. Whatever.
There's something about like that contentious, like the tension.
Yeah.
Between everyone. Everybody has tension with everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
And then who do you really trust? I don't really trust anyone. And now you have Michael in her cabin with Tyler, and you don't even trust him.
Yeah.
So,
and you shouldn't trust him. Yeah.
And then end the episode with Lorca in the pain,
the agony booth.
And like, what is going on?
He's
with
taken
him?
a huge hit for the team.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't go through that and come out and be like, oh, that sucked. You come out of that thing and you're totaled for a month.
Yeah.
You've got to be like
That was
Right.
that was tough
agony
scene. Booth. Tough scene. It must have been even a tough scene to act. Imagine acting like that. And he acted that way for probably many minutes before they got the right
hours.
4 or 5
You never
seconds.
know. I mean,
No, I'm talking about the actor. But
I know that's what I'm
you
saying.
could have been in that thing for a day.
You don't know. We've got a little bit of experience being in front of the camera, and sometimes they have to shoot a scene over and over and over and over and over again. He was doing that a lot, I bet you.
Ugh.
Oh, didn't you
He
love
must
it
have
when
been
he put on
great.
the fake accent?
Yes.
And then what? Now
Was that his real accent?
Yeah, we don't know because he's
The actors.
He's
yeah.
British, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
He's in Harry Potter.
Right, but okay, but that was kind of
Scottish,
Yeah,
Northern,
it was great. It was
yeah.
great, whatever it was.
That was really cool.
I like that.
What else? Does it make you anxious though? A little bit anxious. I mean, I'm not prone to anxiety, and it's not real anxiety, but I get anxious thinking that how can you possibly pull it off, inserting yourself into your role in another universe? There'd be so many little things that you would have no clue about, like the security codes, which I'm glad they actually addressed. Oh yeah,
they're the
security
same.
codes are the same. Okay, that explains that. But there will be so much you don't know.
I need a crash course, but if you think they are sort of isolated on their own ship, so it does, and they kind of all have each other's back, so it does make it a little bit plausible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
what I
also,
mean?
I mean, if you don't trust anyone, it's easy to just, like, be offensive and tell someone to go F themselves. And
Yeah.
what the hell are you trying to do?
True, but just the idea that you could.
Yeah, because there's so little trust and everyone's trying to pull off some kind of game, it does kind of make it easier to bluff, right? To bluff your way through.
Yeah.
But what's Burnham going to do? When let's say she's on the Shenzhou to get information on the Defiant, which is a Constitution class ship that came across. So they want that information to figure out how to get back to
like what
their
happened,
universe.
right.
And so she gets the information. Then what? Then she goes back to the Discovery and
Had
how
to
does
rendezvous with them
how does
somehow,
she
yeah.
explain that? And then what? That's going to she has to
Yeah, that's
then
gonna be
get
tricky.
Lorca out of the agony booth and get everybody back to
Yeah.
the.
And what's this Defiant thing? I mean, where did that come from? Was that?
Yeah. Well,
Where-
so we have to remind ourselves of the history of the Defiant in the original series. Did that ship get disappear? Or
I don't remember.
is that the ship that vanished or something?
Yeah, we have to
the
look it up.
original series?
Okay,
We'll
yeah, we
look it
gotta
up.
look that
We'll
one
find
up.
But they're pulling a plot thread, from the original series, and saying that actually it went to the Constitution.
Somebody online said 4th season Enterprise, 2-part episode with the Defiant.
Oh, okay.
So
Enterprise.
fourth
I
Enterprise.
suspected because I didn't fully watch that series, and I feel.
I did. I just forgot that.
So
Okay, the
our
fourth
tech
season of
support
epi-
said it was the 4th season of the Enterprise.
Enterprise, yeah,
Enterprise.
Had to define.
We'll
Let's
get more
watch it.
detail
Let's just
on it,
watch
yeah.
that. We just got to watch that. I saw
Absolutely.
snippets of
But
it.
I love it that they're pulling a plot
Yes,
together
of
in another
course.
series. Very nice.
Yeah, this
it means they're working. They're
Really
working.
good, great episode. It was fun the whole way. It got more exciting as it
Yeah.
went. It got really deadly, and I'm really looking forward to the
Yeah.
next few
I
episodes.
felt that this episode was the payoff. Everything
Yeah.
else built
Yeah.
toward it was good. I liked the ride up to this point, but this was the payoff.
Yeah.
And let's see how far they go with this ride.
This can't be a 2-episode or even 3. They've got to ride
I don't
this.
think so.
I think the season finale maybe is when they'll get home. Maybe.
Or they might be going back and forth for different weird reasons. You never know. They might
Or they may go to yet another universe. Think how cool that would
have-
be.
oh yeah.
That's a cool
Think of
idea.
see, once you're hopping to different universes, the potential is awesome. The
Yeah.
storytelling potential there is massive.
Yeah.
That's why Sliders was so cool because they were just
Yeah.
going from universe to universe with slight little tweaks or major tweaks.
Yeah.
I
I wouldn't hop every episode, but throwing in a third one there might work if you.
I think it's a great
careful.
idea, but I don't have a lot of hope though for them to hop much because you got to think of continuity here. I mean,
I wanna
you got to
see-
think of why doesn't
continuity is the key though, Bob, because if they're in a different universe, we have no continuity issues with the Prime universe.
right.
Doesn't matter what they do.
No, but-
it's all in a
and the
different
showrunner
universe.
said-
Agreed. No, wait. What I mean is that if they can hop back and forth, how come our classic Trek didn't really know anything about?
I think they shouldn't hop back and forth. They're done. They're in another universe. Their story, they can do
might
whatever
not
they
be
want
back.
with their story.
Remember,
because they're cut off now
The
from the original
showrunner
universe.
said that it'll make sense. Remember, the
Yeah.
tip-off was, "Don't worry about it. This is building to something. This has got to be it." Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's gotta
Oh,
be.
So you think they're not going to? They're not going to go
Maybe.
back?
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
that-
I hope not.
They've shown that they're being courageous. They're being bold. That would be a bold move. A long-term or permanent hop to another universe where they could do whatever. Think about would Bob. All right, right now, if they asked you, would you like a whole series in the Mirror universe?
Of
Of
course.
course. Why not?
What the hell's wrong
Why
with you?
No, of course I would. Of course I would. I mean, that's.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they're here for a while, and maybe till us indefinitely. Who knows?
Well, I still would like to know about what happened to the Discovery that
Maybe
that
we'll
popped
get a
into,
peek.
into our universe.
Maybe we'll get a peek.
You ask for way too much, Bob. Just enjoy. We're in the Mirror
I'm a demanding
universe, for
geek.
Christ's
Oh
sake,
yeah,
all right?
I'm loving it.
All right, so we're good.
We're good.
Yeah, so listen,
Great
if,
episode.
if you enjoy the show and you want to help support the show, we really do want to keep making the shows, but we need your support. So please go to patreon.com/Alpha Quadrant and the number 6.
Yeah, we want to review a lot more than just Star Trek Discovery. We already did Star Wars. You can check out our Star Wars review.
Yep.
The Last Jedi. I want to do.
The Callister from Black
I
Mirror.
want to do the whole Black Mirror series.
The whole thing-
awesome.
the whole
Watch
last
Black
season.
Mirror. It's fantastic. But there's one episode where it's a Star Trek riff.
Ask it.
I want to do the
Oh my
Expanse.
Want to do the Expanse. I want to do the Orville.
Yep.
A lot of requests to do
Orville,
the Orville.
yep.
There's a lot of stuff out there for us to review, but we do need your support.
So, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you next week. This is Alpha Quadrant 6 signing off.